Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Super excited for today's video. It's all about Sonia G and her new fundamental face set. Exciting. They've been reinterpreted, can we say. We've got some oldies, we've got some new ones, all goodies. 6 of them in this set, and I'll be using each one of them, some a couple of different ways, okay? We're gonna be breaking them down, talking about those handles, giving you some comparison brushes that I have from Sonia's collection. We're gonna get into all of that, okay? And we're just gonna be talking brushes today. So if you wanna see how this face came together and what this super cute thing is on my head, just keep watching. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I appreciate it when you do. Now let's jump in. Okay guys, before I jump in, of course I have to talk about my Breezy Tee product of the day. I'm rocking our gray boho head wrap just cause, okay? Long piece of stretchy fabric, fashion it into any style you want. Dress them up, dress them down. You can wear them to work out. You can wear them to cook out, be out, anything you've got going on. You can slap one of these on your head and instantly look more zhuzhed up, okay? And as you can see, instant facelift for me, okay? And cheaper than a facelift, right? So they come in lots and lots of colors, so there will be something there for everyone. And if you want to check out any of our boho head wraps, you can visit us at breezytee.com or our Etsy shop. Links will be in the description below. Now, I don't do many brush videos, but I'm so excited to finally try these brushes out that have been so beautifully gifted to me, and I could not be more grateful. So thank you, Sonia. Let's dig in, okay? In an effort to cut down on time, because this, I don't know how long this will go. I already put on my foundation. I already put on my concealer. Perfect place to start the video. Everything that I wear on my face today, and every product that's featured, so the brush set is featured in this video, will be found in my description below. So foundation shade, concealer shade, eyeshadow name, all that will always be in the description below with some affiliate links. I greatly appreciate if you're going to buy it anyway. If you use one of my affiliate links, I put that right back into making videos for you guys. So that's one way to support my channel if you should choose. Okay, so here is the new fundamental face set. Holding 3 fan brushes in one hand becomes a slightly problematic, okay? For me at least. Okay, so we have the 3 fan brushes here. We have the large one here, L. We have M, the medium one here. And we have an angled one. Lord knows I love an angled brush. Excited to try these all out. Really exciting. And then we have the other 3 face brushes. We have the soft buffer. We have the classic cheek here. And we have a new brush, the Worker L. Okay, and I love these worker brushes. We'll get into that when it's time for it. Those are the do anything brushes. You need those in your collection. The ones that you pick up, maybe right here, you need a little highlighter. Maybe right here, you need a little targeted something. I love these type of brushes, so I'm so glad this new one was included in the set. So again, this is the new fundamental set. So Sonia launched with her fundamental set, and I got into Sonia like soon thereafter, so I didn't get the fundamental set. I think I might have one brush with the larger lacquered handle. I don't have it in front of me, but you guys know the red lacquer. And the thing that I remember about the collection is that the bottoms of the handles were wider, right? And love the lacquer, have always loved the lacquer. The bottom of the handle, the wide ones, weren't necessarily my favorite that she's ever come out with. So when I saw that she had come out with, that she was doing a new one and she replaced the lacquered handle with the walnut handle, forget about it. I love how chic and how just lush wooden handles look on brushes. And I was so excited now. And Sonia has been dibbling and dabbling now with wooden handles for a little bit. So it was so cool to see that she launched it with this new handle in my estimation, I prefer this one. I know if maybe you got the original one, maybe that's your preference, but I prefer this handle. And yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a second. So these four, okay, so the large fan, the angled fan, the medium fan, and the soft buffer, they are from the original fundamental set, okay? So these are these ones came over from that set. And of course, just with the new handles, same specs, same everything, but with the new handles. And then the classic cheek came over from the Kiyaki set, her mini Kiyaki set that is discontinued. And I will compare the two brushes when we use this one, the Kiyaki set. And then the Worker L is a new brush. Again, love a worker brush. So these are the two that weren't in the original set. The other four were, and that's just something to know. So I don't tend to do a lot of brush videos. I always feel so overwhelmed by them. It always feels like there's so much information. I'm not a person who goes into specs and all those kinds of things. And I know some people do, and it's super informative and they love to do that. That's just not how I relate to brushes, and I collect brushes. I love brushes. I love my collection, and it always comes down to just, I simplify it. It's how it picks up product, how it distributes the product. Those things are more my speed. And the truth is, especially with Sonia, no one will ever do her brushes more justice than she does. Her blogs are the most informative blogs on brushes I feel like I will ever see. She does not leave a single stone unturned, from pictures to information to how it's made. I can't do it justice. I'm referring to it now, and I'll continue to refer to it throughout the video. But I'm going to link that blog for you. So all the things like specs, if you want to hear the story about how they came about, the full story, go to her blog. Whenever Sonia releases brushes, you're not going to get a more thorough rundown than from her, okay? And so her blog will be in the description below. I will definitely link it there. So the deal is I'm going to be using different products from different brands in this video. I'm probably going to revisit the Prada eye. A couple of people asked about, because I said I wasn't thrilled with my last Prada eye look. But I'm going to be using products, different brands, different products to see how these products work, to see how these brushes work, excuse me. And if there's a chance to use a brush in more than one way, I will. I don't want to overdo it. I'm going to use brushes how I'm going to use them. I don't typically use a fan brush to apply blush. So for now, I don't see that happening. But where I am in my routine is my bronzer. So we're about to get that on. And I'm going to use, for the first half, I'm going to use this big old brush, okay? The Fan L. Here it is. And these have been washed, okay? These have been washed. So this is how they are post-wash. And fluffy. They feel amazing. This one is made of Hakuto Tsuho goat. My Japanese needs work, guys. Here it is from the side. Here it is. It's curved. So you're going to have more, you know, you can control how you want to use it. If you want to use it more targeted, if you press a little bit more, it'll splay out, okay, on the face. It'll splay out. Or use it like this, how I would probably use it to apply my bronzer. Now, all these brushes are multi-purpose, and when I say the blog is detailed, it's detailed. So for this Fan L, it's good for bronzing, blush, buffing, sculpting, and setting. All those ways are ways that you can use it. What I love to, I'm going to be using my Hermes bronzer in Sienne. What I love to is, I like these options for travel. Like, I probably wouldn't take a big one away with me, but certainly because I know that this medium one will also give me bronzing options, I can use that, right? So this is how much product I have on my brush because I don't know what it's gonna do. So I don't wanna go too far in and then I can't do anything about that. It's applying straight away. It picked up a nice amount of product, okay? Nice amount. I'm going to go back in and make sure this is Sienne and not Colorado. It is Sienne. And I like these more targeted. My cheekbones have a already built-in situation here. So I like to just sculpt like this and not do, sometimes I see and I'm like, that might be, the coverage on a brush I'm using might be a little more than I want for my bronzer. So super easy. This feels incredibly soft. Look how easily and beautifully, beautifully. That's always the thing with Sonia brushes. The finish is always so beautiful and seamless. And I still think for the money, I think that Sonia's are some of the best brushes for the price. Obviously, this is still a luxury brand, you know, but for what you get, honestly, and I have from so many different brands, genuinely and honestly, I use my Sonia G brushes more than any other brand. I have I have more of her brushes than any other brand, but I certainly use her brushes more than any other brand. They're the ones I like, the everyday brushes, the workhorses. Some brushes I just pull out for special things because I do collect them. So, okay. So we have a beautiful wash of bronzer on this side. Before I do, let's look at some comparison brushes. So my large Sonia fan brushes. So again, this is the one from the new collection. My beloved jumbo bronzer. Okay. So the bronzer here, completely different shape. Completely different shape. This is a big guy. Sonia loves a fan brush. Sonia loves that shape. And I know some people, that's one of the shapes that I think are sort of split. Some people love them and some people not so much. This is the Niji Pro, another beaut. You can see the size from the side. So this one splays out more, right? This is gonna cover more of my face. This one is gonna be much more targeted for a bronzer. This one will get me probably in and out quicker as an all-over finishing situation. I know it will, and certainly this one will too, the jumbo bronzer, and I just wanted to show them from the side together, okay? So those two. And then I have the mini Niji from, oh my God, this was also a gift. The mini Niji as well. Same specs as the big Niji. It's just that this is a shorter brush. Those are the bigger brushes that I have from Sonia. And then I have some more comparisons for the medium one in a second. I think this really did a beautiful job. Let me go wipe this off real quick. Okay, so Fan M is made from dyed Sokoho goat. And the functions of this: bronzing, blush, buffing, highlighter, sculpting, and setting, okay? Here we go. Again, and this to me is a beautiful multi-purpose travel-friendly sized brush, okay? Really, again, this is washed, so this is how I love how narrow it is, okay? So let's get that same, can you see it here? Yes. Get that same bronzer and put it on this side. Interesting. I'm actually gonna put it on the flat side. I'm not gonna put it on the tips. I actually want a little bit more coverage from this brush. So I can't do it. The other one was wide enough to kind of get me, large enough to get me more coverage. This one is not doing it on its tip. The tip would be good for highlighting for me. So off the bat, I can tell you I might not use this one as a bronzing brush, okay? This may not be my preference. I prefer a little more oomph, a little more girth with the brush. Now, for targeted placement though, it's gonna do its job. Also very soft, but just not enjoying it as much for bronzing. So we're definitely gonna use this one a different way. And it would take me longer, and for makeup for me, I really need that application to be quick. I am impatient. I don't wanna spend a lot of time applying makeup. I just don't. So I want it to be quick. I want the brushes to be quick. And the application with the brushes to be quick. And so definitely can say that I prefer the Fan L for application of bronzer on me. Now, if you have a smaller, more delicate face, perhaps this will be perfect for you, okay? I like how this one splays out more. I have more, it's softer in the application for the bronzer. I like that bit of, I think this is actually a perfect size for a bronzer. So you see, even in a light way, I'm getting more coverage. This is much, much, much more targeted. Effective will work, okay? But it's about preference. If I did bronzer down here, maybe I could work that out, but I don't do bronzer on my nose. But if I did, maybe then. But this one wins the battle of the bronzer. Large fan. Let's compare the ones I have closest to this Fan M, okay? I have the Hinoki brush from Sonia G, that special duo that she did. In terms of size, width, we're doing pretty well, okay? But the Hinoki is much fluffier, as you can see from the side. But in terms of width, again, yes, it's the same idea. I have her worker fan, also about a medium size, yeah. We'll go with the medium size. So this is her worker fan. A little bit wider than the new fundamental brush. And I think that's it. I only have 2 of those to show you. Just two for the medium to show you. Let's talk about these handles. If you're in the brush world, makeup brush world, you know that costs have been going up and so prices have been going up. So that, of course, is gonna be the impetus for changing something like the handles. Costs are what they are and things become less economical, right? And less likely that people will purchase if the price is too high. So we get these changes. Behind me are her 2 brush holders that she came out with, made of walnut. Okay, so she's been dibbling and dabbling again in wooden handles for a while now. The Kiyaki handles are here. This was the mini Kiyaki set. We'll see this as a comparison brush in a second. So she did Kiyaki, and then the one I just showed you, she did Hinoki wood. So she's been playing around with wood for a minute. And so she went with walnut for these buttes, all right? She went with the walnut handles. I just think that they're just stunning. If you want to see the woods next to each other, so this is the Kiyaki here and the walnut, okay? They almost look similar on camera. The Kiyaki almost had a reddishness to it, okay? They're not similar, but what I love about these wooden handles too is the grains are so different. Like every brush is going to be different. Even in this collection alone, I have this one's darker than this one. I love that about wooden handles. No 2 are going to be alike. The grains are going to be different. You're gonna have unique brushes, okay? So I forgot to mention they are unlacquered, okay? So you can actually feel the wood. We have the black ferrule here. That's just, that black on brown is just so incredibly chic. She said they're the same size, around the same, not the exact, around the same size as the Pro line. So this is my beloved Inochige brush. This is my brush. And this is from the Pro series, so you can see in terms of size, this is pretty close to the size of the handle. She said it's not as heavy as the original handles, but they still feel substantial, but still feel lightweight. They're very comfortable in the hands, very, very comfortable in the hands. So just aesthetically, an absolute beauty of a brush. So I was gonna do a do-over on the Prada eyeshadow quad, but then it becomes a Prada video, and I don't want that. This is about the brushes, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use my Byredo Remembrance palette to pull an easy, quick eye look together. And everything that I'm using today, you can find reviews and on my page. My thoughts on those products are in their own individual videos. So you can search my page for those. So we're gonna keep it about the brush. We're gonna focus on this one next, which is, for the first time, because I'm gonna be using this again for sure, the Worker L, okay? And I know this is gonna work on my eyes. For part of my eyes, I will have to pull a couple of other Sonia G products that is not in this collection to fill in the eyes, but this is what we're up to, and I'm gonna use this. Let's see what she's saying. So the Worker L is also made of dyed Psychoho goat hairs. Beautiful. There's something about the dyed into the black, into the, oh. And the Worker L is good for highlighting, sculpting, and setting. She doesn't even have eyes on here, guys. She doesn't even have it on here. But we're gonna use this on the eye to start with right now. Let's try this out. I'm going to keep, like I said, it's gonna be a really, really simple look. So I'm gonna take this color here, and I feel like this will work on my lids how I wanted to. Will I have the most control? Who knows? But I know it'll work, and it is. I have nice sized lids. I knew this would be okay for this. Very, very soft, not scratchy or anything on the eye. So that part is really, really nice. It's applying nicely, picking up, and I'm just tapping, and it's picking up a nice amount of product. Okay, so I wanted a dark lid. I think I've achieved that. All right, we've got that dark lid going. And let's pull the rest of this eye together so it's done its job. Simple and to the point, and I really do think it did a beautiful job with the lid. Okay, so that's another use for it. Another travel brush that I can use in different ways. And I used her Blender Pro in the crease, and then I used the Pencil Pro in, this is the Blender Pro. I used the Pencil Pro just in the tear ducts and the brow bone. Okay, so simple eye look, but I think that the lids came out beautiful with the brush, okay? So we're moving on. And the comparison swatch for this beauty, this Worker L, is the Detailed Pro. This is the one I have, okay? The Detailed Pro. And again, this is one of those brushes that I use so many different ways, and I anticipate doing the same for this one. So this is this closest comparison I have of the two. And when she said that the Pro handles are about the same size, you can see it really well with these two. Okay, so it's time for the cheeks. Let's start with the highlighter, okay? And I'm going to start out with the beautiful Fan A brush, the angled brush. So the angled brush is made from white Psychoho goat hairs, okay? Beautiful, beautiful. And her suggestions are buffing, highlight, sculpting, and setting, okay? So you can use these for those purposes. I'm gonna try after this. I'm actually curious what one of these would be like as a, this feels like it would be, maybe I should start there. Let's backtrack a little. I'm liking the size of this, and I'm wondering how I would feel about it applying powder under the eye. So before we get to this highlight, let's see. I have a little on, but okay, we're gonna reapply. I'm using my Beloved. I'm obsessed with this. I have not used another powder in way too long. I just can't take it. This is my Kosas cloud setting cloud powder thing. Here it is here. Let's try this. Let's try this on, let me get a mirror Let's try this under the eyes because I'm liking how it is sitting. It really does. That angle's really, really nice. This is about as much powder as I use on myself, honestly, is under the eyes. There are occasions where I have to put a little bit more other places, but for the most part, my setting goes on under the eye. This is an interesting, I would never really have thought to use this kind of brush to set. But again, talking about travel or just a multi-purpose, you just want to get in and out quick, something that does a couple of things. This is really nice to see. This is working beautifully. It just sits underneath the eye. It just sits underneath, so my concealer would be here. It would just sit underneath the eye beautifully. Okay? Shocker. That's a surprise for me. Never ever in a million years would I have used that this way, but that works beautifully. I like this a lot. I like it a lot. Let's get to this now for some highlighter on one side. Okay, let's use this Tom Ford Peachlight shade in Illuminate, okay, for the highlighter. And on this side, I'm going to use the same angled brush, wiped it off on a cloth, we're good to go, okay? And let's get to it. I'm gonna do a combo of both. Now this is this is a tricky highlighter, so this is actually a good test right now. This is not an easy, this is a more big situation. So it didn't even look like it was picking up this much product. Very, very nice. That looks really, really lovely. There's a nice sophisticated glow going on. The only glow I ever want. So I'm digging this as a highlighter brush. It picked up a nice amount of product. More than I anticipated. Very, very nice. Pull it back a little bit. Over here. I like it. I like it. This is how I would use this brush, an angled brush to kind of just follow the face. And then now I know as a powder under the eyes, I have a new option. Are you like me? I get very stuck on brushes for their one specific purpose. My beloved Inochige that I told you about, that I showed you earlier, as beautiful as that brush is and as many uses as I could use it for, that is my under eye brush. I feel like I'm underusing it because it's the perfect brush to do under eye, but I'm like, I should branch out. I'm always like, I need to branch out and do more with it, but that's my baby. When I have a use for a brush, it's like, okay, that's your job. Don't you worry about anything else. That's it for you. So beautiful job here. I'm gonna use this one as well for down the nose. I feel like it's small enough. I was gonna use the Detail Pro for the nose, but we're here now. And I think this one makes a bit of sense. I feel like it splays out a little bit too much here, so I'm gonna revisit the Worker L for the nose detail, highlighter detail. That's just what I have much more control over where this is because I only want it to hit about right here, no more. Just where the light would hit it, that's where I do my highlighter. See that? So when I look down, the light will hit it nicely wherever I am. That's all the highlighter I ever want on my nose. So, I'm telling y'all. And truthfully, this one obviously for a targeted placement of highlighter, and you can see it. It's kind of it's splaying out. But using it on its side like this, I have more control of it not doing that. I'm not using it like this. So this is giving me a nice little, okay? I'm gonna blend this out a little bit. And we're good. Now let's do this other side. Okay, I honestly don't have any Sonia brush that even compares to this. I genuinely don't. I was thinking the foundation brush, it's a little angled, but not really, which is the base. But so I don't have anyone to compare to this. This is gonna be a little I'm gonna love this one. I'm gonna love this one, I know it. Okay, so now let's take this Fan M again and get this Tom Ford highlighter here. And just another reminder, everything that I'm working with today will be found in the description below if you want to see it. I don't think I picked up enough product. There we go. There we go. Okay, she's showing up. She's showing up, guys. And this is definitely a way I will be using this medium brush is as a highlighter. I love fan brushes for highlighters. I'm quite the fan. How do you best use your fan brushes? I'm curious how people are using theirs. And do you even like fan brushes? That's another question. Do you even like them? Because I know some people, many people that's not their favorite brush, it's a fan brush. So let me know what your thoughts are on fan brushes. So we have maybe a little bit more on the side. Distribution's a little bit different. So I feel like the angled brush is maybe picking up a little bit more product, but that also means that I have a bit more control. Beautiful, beautiful. This is a way that I will definitely be using this one. Bronzer wasn't a go for me, but yeah, highlighter is a beautiful, beautiful use. So we've got the highlighter. Let's get some color on these cheeks. And I'm going to be using a Pat McGrath Divine Blush. Okay, this one is a Lovestruck. So we've got some serious color here. I'm gonna go in slowly and see. Good time to just remind you that I will always have photos on my Instagram page a couple of days after a video goes live here. So we'll have close-ups of the brushes, maybe some little videos of the brushes, and I'll have all that on my page. So make sure to come follow me on Instagram. Okay, so let's start with the soft buffer. I've got some color here, and I'm now gonna just buff it into, oh Lord, I forgot how powerful these Pat McGrath blushes, and I just did a little bit. Jeez Louise, Pat. I'm gonna definitely have to pull this back. A little bit goes a long way. So it picked up a nice amount of product, but even for Pat's, even though Pat is super pigmented, it did. You need very little light tap into it and then build up should you need to. This is, I'm actually gonna turn it on its side just to kind of buff this out, blend this out, because it needs it. I'm actually gonna wipe the excess off on a cloth. Powerful blush, powerful blush. And then I can just go back in and kind of go back over it. Are you a buffer? I'm not even convinced yet that I really love buffing my blush in. That's usually not the way I do it. But I'm trying it more and more, so I have to get more comfortable with it. Do you like to buff your blush in, or you prefer to just swipe or go in circles, circular motions? What's your preferred way? Okay, we've definitely got some color on these cheeks. I'm gonna have to pull it back though. I wiped it off and I buffed, but now I'm gonna have to use it to a little bit more pressure to take off some of this blush. It's a lot. It's a lot for me. Make sure it's on the apples of my cheek. Okay. I've pulled it back. I'm comfortable with, and the brushes clean off, wipe off on a cloth super, super easily. Okay. I have a brush question for you because I need to buy some new soap. What soap are you using to wash your natural hair brushes? Let me know in the comments below. And now let's get to this cheek. And I like that I have those two options. Easy to buff it in, and then should I need to pull it back, I could. You know, I did. Okay, so now we're moving over to the classic cheek brush, okay? And I'm going in super light, tapped it once, and let's see. Okay. Giving me, tapped it twice. Let's see. Maybe a bit more, interesting. I think the buffer might have picked up a bit more product. But this one, this is why I have to get used to buffing as a thing, as a way to apply. Because I feel like when I do it like this, whether it's in circular motions or swipes, I'm able to diffuse as I go. It's not another step. I can place it, and then it's like, oh, okay, too much here. Let me just focus a little here and blend that out. And it's more of like a one motion kind of thing, sweeping it upwards. So maybe for me, that way is a little quicker to just use it. But a little bit more control of the color on this one. Now, I just put this much because I'm curious. Putting it there and dragging it up. Super soft. And you see how it splays out, which is good for me. I do not have small cheeks, so I can get it right there where I want it in an easier way. And this one I would use to swipe a little here across the nose as well. Okay, so we have the buffer on this side, the classic cheek on this side. Do you see a difference? Do you prefer a side? Let me know those things. I'm loving how seamless everything looks, guys. Super duper seamless, okay? And that's down to the brushes. So we're gonna do some similar brushes now. So I told you how the Kiyaki set was, the mini Kiyaki set was discontinued. This one is the classic face. They brought that back in this collection. They just named it the classic cheek. These are the same specs, the same brush, okay? But except this one has the mini Kiyaki wood and we have the new walnut wood, okay? If you want to see it against the buffer, size, different shapes, these splays out a bit more, but just to compare. So that's the mini Kiyaki. I have the Cheek Pro, okay? So this is the Cheek Pro, and here we have the classic Cheek Pro. These are so strong, these Sonia cheek brushes. And if you want to see it against the buffer, smooth buffer, here you go. And then I have the classic cheek from the Sky set. Look at the blue handles. And then this is the classic cheek from this. Look at the difference. It's a different shape. They're different brushes, both called classic cheek. And here they are on the side. The classic cheek maybe, no, still different shape. I thought maybe it would look more similar to this one. So those are my cheek brushes from Sonia that I felt matched these the most. Let's try this buffer. Maybe I should put on some lipstick first, but then let's try the buffer with, I'm gonna use my Guerlain Terracotta to just bring everything together. Just see how this works to just bring everything together. It's interesting, it's picking up a lot of the different colors in the flower. So I'm just gonna put this all over just to kind of how I would use it. Bring everything together. I could have used my Métiorie, but this is what I'm loving on now. So now this is just to try the brush out like this. If I'm gonna finish my face with this powder, I'm taking a big fluffy brush that gets me in and out, but I was just curious, just curious how this little bit of glow would work out for me with this brush. Well, I'm moving pretty quickly, so I guess that's not really the issue here. And I threw on my Lisa Eldridge blush lipstick because before I know it, I pulled together a pretty pinky forward sort of look So I just went with it. That wasn't the intention. It's just what happened. I can see it. It's pleasant all over the face. Let's say prickly, not in an uncomfortable way. So I could see it if I had to use this one. If it's one I have, then it will certainly do. Good job. Absolutely. And we're done. So what strikes me the most is just how seamless the whole look has come together. Everything is doing such a beautiful job melting into each other. And that's what I want. I don't really want you to be like, look, it's the highlighter and then the blush. I want there to be seamless overlaying of the different products, the bronzer, the melt into the concealer, the powder, all those things. And I feel like this is giving that to me, and I'm really loving how polished the finished look looks. And it's a beautiful, beautiful set, this new fundamental set, because we have options. It's beautiful to look at, certainly. Just to look at, it's a beautiful set. Those walnut handles are everything. But aside from that, it's giving us options. In just 6 brushes, you can do a lot. And as you can see, I can still use that Worker L when I just want a single color. I thought about just taking that eye color and just blending it out, which that could have done. So if I'm gonna just use a single shadow, that brush is perfect. I get it on my lids and I just blend it upwards and I'm good to go. And I actually had really good control over it. I was able to go to the corners without any strangeness happening. So I'm loving that as an eye brush, a single eye brush, and then all the detail work that it's able to do. The fans are beautiful. I do love a fan brush for my bronzer application. So that large one is perfect for that. The highlighter fans, I love that little angled one. I'm just excited to continue to play with these. I'm sure you'll see these in upcoming videos pop up as I continue to explore them. So you can be on the lookout. Just based on the handles, you'll know. If I don't say it, I'm always forgetful about saying brushes. So if I don't say it, if you see these handles, the longer ones, you'll know I'm gonna be using these in upcoming videos just because I need to get used to them. And I just want to explore them more. So love. It's over to you. Let me know if you got this set. This set is available at Beautylish. It is sold as a set and it is sold as singles. You can get them as singles as well. So don't feel overwhelmed that you have to get the whole 6 brushes. They're all beautiful, but you can pick and choose. And I think these will be around for a while. So you can get them at beautylish.com. I will have that link for you in the description as well. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. And as always, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I really do appreciate it, guys. And if you want to check out any of our boho head wraps, any of our t-shirt, hair towel wraps, satin line beanies, satin line knit beanies, and all our other hair accessories, you can visit us at breezytee.com for all our luxury lifestyle accessories. You can visit us at frayedbybreezytee.com. I will check you guys in the next video. Ciao for now. Bye.